How do I spell your pronounce your name? Maya?
Maya.
So Maya, what do you expect from this course? Where are you from? What do you expect? Sorry? You're doing? Okay. But how to improve the performance of NGOs. Vivek, what about you?
According to me, I want to learn from this course like how to more efficiently manage the NGOs.
Okay, alright. How to efficiently manage NGOs. Sneha?
The same expectations from the course as the others, how to manage it efficiently and...
Would you work in NGOs that you would like to manage it?
I have worked with one.
Okay, but after this?
Yeah, quite interesting.
You would like to be
Yes,
working with an NGO. What about you?
How to manage.
What's your name card?
Sir, I didn't get it. See,
Sorry?
it's missing. I didn't.
Missing.
Yeah, I have to get a new one.
Your name is?
Varun.
Varun. So Varun, what do you
To
expect?
manage. How to manage.
You too want to work in an NGO. That's very heartening. If that's the case, that so many of you want to work in NGOs, that's good news. Good news for me. So, how to manage an NGO? Okay, is there any different kind of response or it's all the same? Yes?
Yeah, in Germany,
Yeah.
we learn how to manage startups like small firms only to make profit. And here it's the same topic, it's entrepreneurship, but it's NGO, so non-profit.
Yes.
Mostly, so the thing to make profits is completely different. But the work should be the same, but it's different.
And also,
Yes, what that is.
what is the difference between an NGO, the management in the NGO, and an own corporation?
Okay.
This is quite new.
All right. Yes. Can we have your name cards out? Well, I'm not going to offer you right now the course outline. I'll tell you why. It's there. It's there, so I'll tell you. But let me start by saying this, that it's, for many of you, I see you are not from India. For you, let me say this, and I think my Indian friends will agree, that if you look at a country like India, it is making strides. It's now one of the fastest growing economies in the world. With large-size economies growing at a very fast rate. This growth can only be sustained if there is improvement in the quality of life of people. Just by companies making profits, that's not good enough for a country like India. If you have, like we have already now, a lot of millionaires become billionaires and a lot of poor people getting poorer, that's not good news. Right? So even if I would selfishly say as an Indian, how do I make this country grow? Then the answer has to be to make sure that the quality of life of people, as they perceive it, grows every day. Now, how do I do that? One of the earliest ways of doing that was charity. If I have more, I just transfer my extra to somebody else who is less. That's very good, but that's not a good model in itself. Because how do you, if I give to somebody I like, and you give to somebody you like, or you support somebody, those are all good things. But how do I make sure that the whole of society is making a step forward? So this is where I think the whole thing comes, that we have to have a system or a situation where we encourage people to, kind of be in that stream. That means they kind of create their own wealth. You understand? So we have to enable the poor and not so rich people also to take part in this national growth so that they can take part in it also in a wholesome manner, and that they can also create wealth, not for the purpose of becoming richer, but so that they can sustain themselves in a meaningful way. It would be a pity if India grows and poor people become poorer. We'll have a revolution on our hands, because we have very, very few rich people. The like the snehas and the viveks who come out from IIMs. Oh, sorry, that's the way it's going to be. And, or Gayatris and others who are very, very poor. So that is the whole thing. So that how can we make sure that the whole of India, can take a step forward? How do we go about doing that in this course? That's the next question. There are a lot of theoretical paradigms. What is an NGO? Well, you know what is an NGO? NGO is a non-governmental organization. We'll expand more on that as we come, as we grow, and as we kind of go through this course. But an NGO symbolizes civil society. So you have a situation world over now where governments are stepping back from what used to be their roles. There were many things earlier, if I look back at the time I was your age, or maybe earlier, and I used to think, if this is to be done, who's going to do it? The government. It was an easy answer, because if it was not something connected to making money or doing business, then it was government's responsibility. World over, including India, government is stepping back. And in every area, you have the private sector coming in. The other phenomenon, because of the rapid strides of business, is that you also have people expecting a lot more from business houses. They feel that if business is growing, then that business has to meaningfully contribute also to the development of society. Okay? It's all these aims and more in the course outline. I will come to the formal one later. The other part of the story is that how do we go about doing this course? So what do you think, how should we run this course? With just a lot of published theories, and we give it to you. So what's your idea of how we should do this course? Yes, Robert?
More practical, maybe we found our own NGO.
Yes, more practical. I think that's a good answer. More practical. This course, essentially the underpinnings of this course is less theory, more practice. Now, the problem is that more practice has to be contextualized within IIM. You're all here for this course at least for about less than 3 months. Roughly by end of 3 months. End of November, you would have been finished and done with this course. There's very little time for you to really go out into the field and work 3 months with an NGO. That's not going to happen. What is going to happen, or what can happen, is that you get an understanding of how people do it. So what do we do here? We bring people who enable what I say to come to you and talk to you. And you do a small project, a relatively small project, which is manageable within this time. Alright? So that's a big part of the evaluation. In fact, what we ask you to do is to understand how others are doing it, and how the other part is how you can also take part in it. So the big part of the course is hands-on work and understanding of how others are doing it. So we bring you really extremely good and proficient examples from the real world of how it's happening. Not just published work, not just case studies, we do that, Harvard and others, but we also bring you live examples of how things are happening. Alright, any questions at this stage? No? And yes, can you have your name cards out? I don't know who you are. You're setting a bad example for your colleagues from abroad.
Can you relate the different CSR activities of different firms with this course?
Can we?
Relate different CSR activities of firms?
CSR, yes, kind of, not much, because honestly this focus on NGOs, but of course what you're saying is CSR activities, we will cover it to a small extent, and we will start today doing it. Any other question? Anybody? Okay. For those who don't know, there is one of the largest conglomerates in India, very diversified. Yes,
They also give
This time you're wrong.
They give 80% back of the profit.
Sorry?
They give 80% back.
Yes. Also, we have today with us somebody, Ranjan, from a very, very diversified and large Indian conglomerate. It's called ITC, originally Indian Tobacco Company, subsidiary of British American Tobacco, but one of the most diversified companies in India. They are into everything. Cigarettes is what they were originally known for, but whether it is paper, whether it is agro industries, the world and the hotels, you know, the big hotels as you pass you come from the airport, you have the ITC Sonar, it's one of their hotels. ITC does commendable work in the social sector. So different for persuasions, but one of the persuasions is that they understand this philosophy that to sustain and to grow in India, you have to make the masses grow. So we have for the second year in succession, Mr. V. Vijayvardhan from ITC. Okay, very senior man. Yes?
I just have a question about it. Is this something very much related to corporate social responsibility or it's different?
No. Oh, his work.
Yeah, but
No. The course is not about CSR.
No, the discussion that we have today.
No, it's not about
Okay,
CSR.
thank you.
Okay, it's not about CSR. Don't worry. CSR is a different thing. But of course, there's an overlap in CSR.
Yeah, I just wanted to understand how we differentiate when you talk about
There is a huge difference. CSR is when a company decides to take a part of its money and deploy it in the social sector. This is not just that. It is a completely enabling mechanism where this is what's happening. That means a bottom-up process which enables the have-nots to have tomorrow and also contribute to national wealth generation. Am I right, Vijay? Vijay will speak much in greater detail. In fact, we had a different date for him because today should have been, ought to have been, could have been just a session on understanding the fundamentals of the course. But from some last-minute pressing engagements, and he is a very busy man, I can see, we found this to be a convenient date. So we started. Okay? Vijay, over to you. Okay? So,
Yes.
just one second.